What is happening, people? You already know who it is. It's your main man, Matt, from the DFS 5-pack, rocking it solo, March 2nd. Running a little bit late today, but that's a good thing. A little bit more news than we normally have. Was up a little bit late last night with a sweat. The sweat was real. Ended up taking down the $200 3-entry max and came in third in the big $88 on DraftKings. Was oh so close. Unfortunately, I made 3 lineups last night, and that was the one lineup I used Spellman instead of Harry Giles. And the LeBron layup at the end of the game pushed me from second to third. But that's the nature of the beast in tournaments. I got my man Taylor to thank for getting me all on Trae Young, Kemba, and Zach LaVine, and I ended up using Markkanen in that spot also with Dwayne Dedmon. So did a little game stack of that 10 OT game, and if you didn't use that one, you were SOL last night. But as I always talk about, it doesn't matter if you did good, bad, whatever last night. It's DFS. We move on to the next day. That being said, we got an 8-game slate tonight, an interesting one. Bunch of injuries, not a bunch of injuries, but a bunch of guys out now. Value all over the place. Since I'm doing this solo and I don't have my cash partner Ryan with me, I'm gonna give it a more GPP, twist, or a more GPP kind of foundation today, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna go from the bottom up, just because why not? So the first guy we're gonna talk about is Bam Adebayo. So I feel like we brought Bam up for the past few shows, but for good reason. Whiteside's been out. I like Bam no matter what today. Whiteside dealing with a hip pointer. Even if he plays, I don't expect him to be 100%. Assuming he's out, because I'm not sure he's going to play here, the value is just still too real here. The price increase for sure, he's 5,200, but he faces a Brooklyn Nets team that gives it up to opposing big men. We've read this book before. We've done this earlier in the year. With Whiteside out, you just lock in Bam. When he starts to be 6K plus, that's when maybe you think about it. But right now, you just lock him in and move on. All right. Jacob Pirtle. So Pau Gasol's gone, and while that helps, I don't really think that means too much. What I like here is the game log. He's just balling right now. Aside from that Brooklyn game, and I'm not exactly sure what happened, he's playing nice minutes the last few games. You saw him get a boost the last game against Detroit. Not sure if that was because Detroit's extra big or whatever it was, but he's going to be having to deal with Steven Adams tonight, and I imagine he's the guy they're going to put on him for the majority of the game. Ryan and I always talk about targeting point guards and centers because they're the easiest to get you DFS points, and that's true with a guy like Pirtle. He's not, particularly skilled. He's not the greatest big man alive, but he's big and he's pretty good, and he walks into DFS points. As you can see by the rebounding numbers, he's got nice toucher on the rim. He can block some shots. I don't think he's going to get 10 times upside here, but he has it. I more think he's going to get, somewhere around 25, and at 3,600, man, I'll take that all day. Every day of the week, twice on Sundays. So I like him a ton in tournaments. I think you can roster him anywhere. He's getting a little bit of buzz today, but not enough where I think he's like a must in cash games. At least not yet. The guy that I do think you want to lock in your cash games, your tournaments, your double ups, your triple ups, whatever it is going to be Sheik Diallo. Highest projected guy on Line Star, and for good reason. We've seen this guy when he gets like decent minutes, he puts up over 30 DK points. It's just what it is. Death taxes and Diallo putting up over 30 when he plays 20-plus minutes. No Anthony Davis tonight, who played really well last night in his limited action. You just got to go to Diallo here. The game might get blowout-y, but does it matter? I mean, they're going to give Diallo a ton of run here. He's a points-per-minute beast. He put up 35 last night in a good matchup with Phoenix, only played 21 minutes. I expect a minutes increase here, kind of something like the 26 he saw against Indiana, where he went for 43. Again, I don't expect 10 times value here, but I do expect 30. And at 4K, you don't fade that. All right, and now to that kind of GPP-ish call of them all. It's going to be Donovan Mitchell. So I like him no matter what, but I love him if Rubio's out. We've seen him having to take on a massive usage with Rubio out. Never mind that Neto's out, Exum's still out. Mitchell's really the only one that can take care of the ball. Not a great matchup last time out in Denver. Still played pretty well. Ended up with 40, led Utah to a win. Didn't even do that much. Scored 24 in real life, 8 and 5. I mean, good game, nothing special. In a game that I think Utah wins tonight, and I don't, expect Utah to blow them out because Milwaukee's the best team in the league right now. But this is a bad spot for Milwaukee, going from a late night primetime game last night into Utah tonight. Milwaukee's sitting ready for this game. They're playing good ball right now. We just saw them beat Denver. I think this is another get-up spot for Utah, and I like Mitchell a ton. This is a lock type situation if Rubio is out. If Rubio is in, I still like him a ton in tournaments because I think he's the one that's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. I don't think Rubio is going to be fully healthy no matter what. All right, guys, that's what I got for you today. I'm around. If you guys want to join the family, any questions, all that fun stuff, holler at your boy. And thanks again, guys. Have a great Saturday.